are basically, Labour is basically pacifists. Did you see, in fact you did see, did you see the Ferrari interview with that idiot Healey, who at some stage has been put forward as a potential Prime Minister? He didn't know how many destroyers we had, he didn't know how many ships we had, he knew nothing. And he's the Secretary of State for Defence. What chance does this country have when we have a collection of dolts like that running?
Well, we've had the rhetoric, now shall we look at the evidence, Kelvin?
Right, quite right.
You mentioned NATO, as does Donald Trump. Why would NATO get involved? NATO is a defensive force, and I'm yet to see which member of NATO has been under attack. Certainly the Americans were not under attack. The idea of nuclear enrichment was about 0.3% before Trump left the JCPOA in 2018. Trump's own State Department at the time, during his first term, said they're all complying. No reason to be worried. We've had independent people go in and check all several sites that they've got. They're using for the uranium for energy and enrichment. We are not aware of the objectives of this war. Donald Trump keeps telling us we're close to our objectives. In January, he Truth Social to say it's the Iranian people. We want them to rise up. We want to end this hell for them. That caused Iranian people to go out, and a crackdown happened and thousands of people were slaughtered furthermore. Then it became, it's not about regime change, but we have done regime change, forgetting the fact that the current regime is still there. They've just killed the 86-year-old. What they have done is ensured that in place, if he's alive, by the way, that his more radical son is there, probably seeking retribution and a nuclear weapon because you've killed his father, his wife and his mother. We have not got involved, I imagine, because this is not a war for us. And the oil is one thing. The thing that concerns me is more this, a third of the world's fertiliser is coming out of there. We're all going to be paying more now for food and drink because of Donald Trump's actions. We're also going to be... Donald Trump is going to struggle to keep up with China because a third of the world's helium comes out of there, which goes into your semiconductors and microchips that we all use in our kitchens and our houses. There's no need for us to get involved because this has been a war of choice that Donald Trump has been bounced into by Israel when Benjamin Netanyahu has said in the last few weeks he's been dreaming of this moment for 30 or 40 years. And
but there's a good reason for he was dreaming of it. Why don't you tell the viewers why a small democratic country like Israel would dream that one day they could put down Iran? Why don't you just tell them? Tell them, because they may not know.
Well, because they're living under constant threat of
it's more than constant threat. It's part of their policy.
Countries in and around them.
To wipe them out.
Countries in and around them that want them dead purely for being Jewish. Kevin, I'm not, left-wing on this sort of stuff. I'm a pragmatist that reads the evidence and decides where he sits on it. So I have no issue with the fact that Israel wants to defend itself. What I have issue with is the fact that we're led down a garden path. The thing he's dreamt about is the fact that any Iran analyst and expert over the last 30 or 40 years has said, if you do this, they will close the Strait of Hormuz. You will all be punished otherwise. And at the moment, Donald Trump, as he is quickly finding out, he does not hold the cards. Right. He's busy.
This is only a small war. 32 days. I couldn't care less.
He's negotiating with the Speaker of the Parliament. Japan are dealing with the Foreign Minister and getting their oil. He's not even dealing with the right person at the moment.
Well, I think he's somewhat brighter than someone on this panellist, I must be honest.
Oh, getting the digs in there. Did you hear that, ladies and gents? Look.